Scarlett Johansson, the fearless Black Widow, and Chris Evans, the heart of Captain America, are trapped in a sinister web of betrayal and sabotage. Evans just dropped a bombshell, saying he feels left out of Avengers Doomsday, while Johansson's battle with Disney shocked Hollywood. There is a deep and secret war brewing between Disney and Marvel's top actors. So to start off with Chris Evans, he dropped a bombshell in a recent interview in June 2025, saying, "It's sad to be away, it's sad to not be back with the band, but I'm sure they're doing something incredible. I'm sure it's going to be that much harder when it comes out, and you feel like you weren't invited to the party." This wasn't just disappointment, it was a cry of betrayal. The man who carried the MCU for a decade wasn't asked back. Not for Avengers Doomsday, not for a cameo, not even for a farewell. And yet Doomsday is stacked. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Anthony Mackie. So where's Evans? The truth? Disney cut him out. Cold. Their streaming division lost over $4 billion. Cuts had to be made. But why him? Chris Evans has been Captain America since his debut in 2011's The First Avenger. He brought Steve Rogers' unshakable morality to life, anchoring 9 films as the MCU's moral compass. In Endgame, Steve got his fairy tale ending, retiring with Peggy Carter after passing the shield to Sam Wilson. Evans marked his departure in a tearful tweet, calling the role an honor. But fans always questioned, was it really his choice? Rumors swirled that Marvel pressured him to step away, offering vague promises of multiverse cameos just to keep him quiet. But to dig deeper, Disney's top brass, CEO Bob Iger and Kevin Feige, allegedly saw Evans as a liability. His decade-long star power gave him leverage, creative input, higher salaries, fan loyalty, all red flags to a studio chasing cheaper, streaming-first content. And then came the Johansson lawsuit. In 2021, Scarlett Johansson sued Disney for breaching her Black Widow contract. Most stayed quiet. Evans didn't. To some at Disney, that was a line crossed. Was that the moment they marked him for removal? Even after Endgame, Evans didn't fade. He thrived. He dominated in Knives Out, earned Emmy buzz for defending Jacob, and returned to Marvel in Deadpool and Wolverine as Johnny Storm. So when Doomsday rumors began in late 2024, hope exploded. Would he return as Steve Rogers or a multiverse variant? Variety reported he was in talks. Evans teased, "I'd never say never, but it'd have to be perfect." The hype was real, but behind the scenes, something was off. By 2025, the truth became clear. Evans' recent comments revealed the scars. "I talk to my Avengers family all the time," he said, "but the pain of being excluded bleeds through. And Disney's silence on his role in Doomsday only fuels suspicion. Their history of secrecy, like hiding Endgame's plot from even the cast, makes it all the more believable. And if Evans' quiet exile wasn't enough, the case of Scarlett Johansson makes things even uglier. Her Black Widow wasn't just a supporting player, she was the MCU's beating heart. In early 2025, Marvel quietly removed her executive producer credit from Thunderbolts. No press release, no comment, just gone. For fans who followed her journey for over a decade, it was a gut punch. That same month, Avengers Doomsday revealed its full cast. But Johansson's name was nowhere. Despite months of speculation that she might return as a Black Widow variant, or even a surprise villain like Madam Hydra, the dream was dead. Her only comment? "I don't see a reason to return." To the casual fan, it might have sounded like closure. To longtime MCU followers, it read more like defeat. Not a decision, but a surrender. The truth is, this didn't start in 2025. It started with a betrayal in 2021, and a war Scarlett Johansson didn't ask for. To rewind, Johansson isn't just another Avenger. Since her debut in Iron Man 2 in 2010, she turned Natasha Romanoff from a one-dimensional, sexy spy into one of the MCU's most emotionally layered characters. She fought tooth and nail for that evolution, challenging directors, rewriting scenes, demanding depth. The Winter Soldier gave her real dramatic space. By Endgame, her sacrifice on Vormir made audiences sob. She wasn't just part of the team, she was the soul of it. But even then, something was off. Behind the scenes, Johansson was still being treated like a second-class citizen. While Iron Man and Captain America got full trilogies and massive solo arcs, Natasha got supporting roles. Then silence. Fans begged for a solo film for years. Marvel made excuses. Finally, in 2021, after she'd already been killed off, they released Black Widow. The film was a critical win. It grossed over $379 million worldwide, despite launching during a global pandemic. Johansson had produced it, she had co-shaped the story. This was her moment. And then Disney pulled the rug. Without warning, the company released Black Widow on Disney Plus Premier Access the same day it hit theaters. That move gutted its box office numbers, and with it, Johansson's bonuses. Her contract guaranteed theatrical exclusive release incentives. Disney's decision cost her tens of millions. She sued, not just for herself, for every actor whose contracts were being undercut by streaming gamesmanship. And that's when things got ugly. Disney didn't just deny wrongdoing, they launched a full-on smear campaign. In a public statement, they accused Johansson of being greedy during a pandemic. But the backlash didn't go according to plan. Fans stood by Johansson. So did fellow actors, privately at least. Disney's executives, especially CEO Bob Iger and Marvel boss Kevin Feige, took the lawsuit personally. Her $40 million settlement wasn't seen as a loss. It was seen as an insult to their authority. And from that moment forward, Johansson was no longer part of the plan. It started subtly. Marvel moved forward with Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova, Natasha's younger, cheaper replacement. A new Black Widow for a new generation, one that hadn't challenged the studio. Johansson's name disappeared from future project discussions. Her involvement in Thunderbolts, once seen as her return to producing, was quietly minimized. Then, in 2025, her credit was removed entirely. A mistake? Unlikely. Insiders whisper out that it's all part of a broader plan. Phase out the legacy Avengers, push cheaper stars, consolidate power, control the narrative. Anyone who challenges Disney can get cut out of the picture. And it doesn't stop at Thunderbolts. Johansson's name has been absent from all major MCU press cycles. Her rumored return in Secret Wars? Dead. Even fan art of her as a multiverse Natasha has slowed. Disney's grip is that tight. Now, Johansson has moved on. She's directing Eleanor the Great. She's starring in Jurassic World Rebirth. But there's a sense of exile around it all. These aren't MCU-level roles. They're survival roles. Career moves made after being blacklisted by the biggest franchise on Earth. What's worse, her lawsuit may have helped other stars negotiate better contracts, but it cost her everything. Her legacy, her future in the MCU, her place in the Avengers. This isn't just a feud. It's a warning, a message to every actor under contract. Defy Disney, and you disappear. Chris Evans was the first exile. Scarlett Johansson may be the second. The war on the Avengers isn't just real, it's personal. And Black Widow was Disney's first target. To pull back the curtain on Disney's master plan even further, this isn't just drama, it's a corporate coup orchestrated by Disney's ruthless executives to crush anyone who dares challenge their empire. The Mouse House, loaded with greed and power, is rewriting the MCU's future, and its own heroes are the first casualties. To dive into the dark heart of Disney's sabotage machine, Evans' exile from Avengers Doomsday, his heartbreaking, not invited to the party cry, is no accident. It's a deliberate snub, a surgical strike by Disney's top brass to erase Captain America's legacy. Johansson's sabotage is even more brutal. Her 2021 lawsuit exposed Disney's greed, and they've retaliated with a vengeance, slashing her earnings, smearing her name, and erasing her Thunderbolts credit to break her spirit. But why? What drives Disney to turn on the stars who built their $30 billion empire? The answer lies in a toxic mix of corporate greed, internal power struggles, and a desperate need to control the MCU's future. Disney's executives, led by figures like CEO Bob Iger and Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige, are obsessed with maintaining their grip on the MCU. Since acquiring Marvel in 2009, they've transformed it into a cash cow, but at a cost. The shift to Disney Plus streaming, accelerated by the pandemic, prioritized subscriber growth over theatrical revenue, sparking tensions with stars like Johansson. Insiders whisper that Iger's inner circle views high-profile actors like Evans and Johansson as threats, too powerful, too expensive, and too vocal. By sabotaging them, Disney's signaling to the industry, obey or be obliterated. To break down the conspiracy, first, there's the financial motive. Disney's streaming wars against Netflix and Amazon have drained billions, with Disney Plus's losses peaking at $4 billion in 2022. To cut costs, executives allegedly targeted high-earning stars. Evans, fresh off Knives Out and Deadpool and Wolverine, was deemed too costly. His demands for meaningful Doomsday roles clashing with Disney's budget. Johansson's Black Widow lawsuit exposed this greed, accusing Disney of sacrificing her $50 million bonuses to boost streaming. Second, there's the power struggle. Disney's executives are reportedly divided, with Feige's creative vision clashing with Iger's corporate mandates. Feige, once a champion of the original Avengers, is allegedly under pressure to prioritize new heroes to keep the MCU fresh. Sources claim he's been forced to sideline Evans to make room for stars like Pugh's Yelena Belova and Pascal's Reed Richards, erasing the old guard to appease investors. Johansson's lawsuit made her a lightning rod, with execs blaming her for destabilizing the MCU's brand. By blacklisting her from Doomsday and scrubbing her Thunderbolts credit, they're flexing their dominance, warning other stars like Elizabeth Olsen or Paul Rudd to fall in line.
Third, there's the personal vendetta. Disney's sabotage is fueled by revenge, especially against Johansson. Her lawsuit humiliated Disney, exposing their gender-shaming tactics and forcing a $40 million payout. Insiders whisper that execs never forgave her, leaking difficult labels to tarnish her reputation. Evans, loyal to Johansson, became collateral damage. His reported private support, calling her a warrior during the lawsuit, allegedly enraged Disney's brass, who saw him as a traitor. The sabotage tactics are ruthless. Disney's playbook includes public snubs like Evans's Doomsday absence to demoralize stars and fans. They've mastered media manipulation, with leaks painting Johansson as greedy during her lawsuit and rumors downplaying Evans's MCU value. The Thunderbolts credit erasure was a masterstroke, a low-cost way to humiliate Johansson while signaling her irrelevance. Fans speculate Disney's even rigging the MCU's narrative, pushing Yelena Belova as Black Widow's successor to erase Natasha's legacy. Disney's problems, greed, control, and fear of losing power have birthed the monster that devours its own heroes. The executives, from Iger's ivory tower to Feige's compromised throne, are playing a dangerous game. By sabotaging Evans and Johansson, they've alienated fans, but Disney's vicious sabotage has left them broken and betrayed. Evans's exile from Avengers Doomsday and Johansson's corporate crucifixion expose a Disney willing to destroy its own legends. Will Evans rise in Secret Wars? Can Johansson reclaim her power? Or has Disney's dark conspiracy truly won?